friends, good evening and welcome to Tech Toast with Science Spread. I hope you all are doing great. As you all know, you are listening to Radio Udan, #1 internet radio station, and our website. By now you all know it, I guess, www.radioudan.com. that is www.radioudan.com. And our Facebook page, you can always visit Facebook and type Radio Space Udan. There you will get a page and a group also. If you want, you can join the group, and there you can like the page to get the latest updates of Radio Udan. And there's a WhatsApp group too. You can always join that as well. And if you want to give any feedback for any show, you can always visit www.radioudan.com. And even to request archive, you can visit the same website. And my personal email, if you want to give any feedback or suggestion, or you want to know about any interesting article, or you want to contribute any article related to science, math and technology, you can always do so by sending me a mail to vidya.y93@gmail.com. I repeat my mail ID, vidhya.y93@gmail.com. You can request an archive also by sending a mail to the same email ID. And as you all know about this show, I don't have to tell, I guess. It's all about science, math and also technology. This is an effort to bring science and technology to visually challenge itself also, because science, many people would have discontinued at 7th grade itself, after 7th grade, or in few states after 5th grade also. And majority wouldn't have studied science after 10th, that's for sure. So to bring and to open up the opportunities to learn science for visually challenged, I have decided to take up science, math and technology. Technology I'm focusing less because there's already a show called Tech City, and that show is going on great. So technology I'm already focusing very less. Science and math we have to concentrate, because that's the area where we generally don't study much, because we would have discontinued in school level itself. So science, as we all know, that it's very innovative and each time new invention keeps coming up, and we need to stay updated to the latest happenings in the field of science and technology as well to progress better. There's nothing wrong in learning it, right? Even though we are going to use it in our life, so learning is no problem. Anyways, we all have digestion. You eat food and it eventually gets digested. That's how you get energy. So what's wrong in knowing about digestion? And same thing with blood circulation. Anyways, blood keeps circulating throughout your body. What's wrong in knowing the process of it? So this show mainly concentrates on all these. Now coming back to what we were discussing previously, we were discussing about visual impairment. As I told you, this was requested by one of our listeners to give details of various eye conditions that leads to blindness, and what all can be treated and what all cannot be treated. So this is the third episode on this topic. In the first episode, we concentrated on what's blindness, facts of blindness and symptoms of blindness. Basically, we saw what is visual impairment. Visual impairment includes both blindness and partial blindness, that is complete and partial blindness. And we also saw facts that one of the facts was that 90% of the blind people or visually impaired people live in developing nations and underdeveloped nations, and 80% of them can be easily treated. So this was the main fact of all the facts, I guess. And other facts we already saw. I don't have to recap, I guess, because we have to cover a lot more. And we had seen symptoms of blindness, that mainly people are not able to completely see or partially see also. And in the previous episode, this was the first episode, so the previous episode was the second one. There we saw about night blindness, snow blindness and color blindness, the differences in all these. I told you snow blindness means it's caused by ultraviolet rays by exposing your eye directly to the sun, and night blindness, you won't be able to see under darkness, that is, if the illumination is not bright, you won't be able to see clearly. And color blindness, I told you it's not inability to see any color, but the similar colors distinction you won't be able to make out. Like green and red, they're almost similar, so you won't be able to make out if you have color blindness. And I also told you about diagnosis of blindness. This was also quite interesting, I guess. Diagnosis, how they test what accuracy of vision is left in your eye. That's all about diagnosis. I told you about visual acuity and all that. They see the boundary of your eye to what level you cannot see. I already explained in the previous episode itself. Now today we are coming to the topic where we will see different eye conditions and whether it can be treated or not. I hope you will enjoy today's episode as well. So let's start off. So let's take a look at the first condition. First condition I wanted to tell you about achromatopsia. So achromatopsia, spelling is ACHROMATOPSIA. It's called achromatopsia, and this is rare inherited vision disorder in which a person has little or no ability to see color. People with achromatopsia also experience some vision loss, especially in bright light, to which they are extremely sensitive. The severity of achromatopsia varies. Although there is no cure or treatment for this disorder, people with achromatopsia can manage its symptoms. For example, they can wear sunglasses or contact lenses to cope with bright light. They can use magnifiers and other devices for low vision. Low vision means whenever you are able to see less. And they can help in order to help them read, and telescopes to help them see distant objects. So this is not complete blindness. I hope you understood this stuff. First one was achromatopsia. It is ACHROMATOPSIA. I hope you got this, or if you want to know the symptoms, I can repeat it again for you. It is a rare inherited vision disorder in which person has little or no ability to see color. People with achromatopsia also commonly experience some vision loss, especially in bright light, to which they are extremely sensitive. The severity of achromatopsia varies. Although there is no cure or treatment for this disorder, people with achromatopsia can manage its symptoms. For example, they can wear sunglasses or tinted contact lenses to cope with bright light. They can use magnifiers and other devices for low vision to help them read, and telescopes to help them see distant objects. Hope you understood about this. Next, we have acute zonal occult outer retinopathy, which is called as AZOOR. So let me repeat this again. Please note this disease. Acute, that is ACUTE, acute. Zonal, that is ZONAL. Occult, that is ACCULT. Outer retinopathy. Retinopathy is RETINOPATHY. It's called as AZOOR. Remember this name. Acute zonal occult outer retinopathy, which is called as AZOOR. I know you wouldn't have heard of all these names, but this show is just to bring awareness of various eye conditions that exist. It is a retinal disease characterized by sudden onset of flashing lights and visual field changes in individual with normal retinal exam. That means you should know this. Let me repeat the sentence again for you. It is a retinal disease and it's characterized by sudden onset of flashing lights and visual field changes in an individual with normal retinal exam. That means suddenly the retina will all be fine, but they will experience sudden flash of light. That means they'll feel like as if the light is going and coming, and they will experience visual field changes. That means, suppose you keep a book in front of them, sometimes they might feel that okay, this book is near to me, and the same, even if you don't shift the distance of the book, after 2 minutes they might feel, oh, it is little bit far than whatever I saw. Like that, it keeps changing, it's not constant. That's what is AZOOR, Azure in short form, all about. And it affects women 3 times more frequently than men. Most people affected are Caucasian, middle age, and myopic. Viral illness has preceded many of recorded cases. Initially, only one eye is involved, but other eye may be affected months to years later. This is very simple. I don't have to I don't have to repeat the entire information for you. Let me just tell you in short, because we have to cover a lot. So this is called Azure, and what happens is this is affected in women 3 times more than men. So women are likely in a chance of getting this disease. And what happens is their retina means it actually recognizes the objects that you see, and it helps in recognizing the object, and through the optic nerve it's transferred to the brain, whatever you see. So this retina will not be constant. They will experience flashing of lights. That is, lights will keep on coming and going according to them, even though there is no change. And their vision will not be same. Sometimes they might feel okay, the object is close to them, and even if they don't change the object's distance, they might feel okay, it has moved. So retina is not constant for them. And initially only one eye is involved, and several months or years may take to affect another eye. So first it doesn't come in both the eyes. We should remember about it. Now next we'll see about albinism. Albinism, I guess you all have heard about it. ALBINISM. This is albinism. So let me tell you what is albinism. It is a hereditary condition characterized by variable lack of pigment in the eyes, skin or hair. People with albinism may have pale pink skin and blonde to white hair, but there are different types of albinism and amount of pigment varies. The eyes may be whiter pinkish, that is, iris of the eye may be white pinkish, and they are sensitive to bright light, and they have commonly other vision problems. While some people with albinism can see well enough to drive, many have impaired vision or may even be legally blind. Albinism is often accompanied by nystagmus. Let me explain what is nystagmus later, but now remember that it may be affected by nystagmus or strabismus. Even that I'll be explaining later. People with albinism are sensitive to bright light and glare and may wear tinted eyeglasses. Bifocals, magnifiers and other optical devices can help people with albinism. That means all these devices are used to see better. So we were discussing about albinism. And albinism, I told you what, a few people may be dark, few people may be fair, few people may be very fair. Why does it happen? Because of the pigment in your body. So the pigment is called melanin, which gives color to your body. Now in people with albinism, what happens is they will have very low pigment. That means they are neither dark, neither fair. They'll be quite pinkish, and them everywhere throughout the body, for them it is low pigment. When you have low pigment, what happens? You will be generally very pinkish types, not fair, not so dark, and their hair too will be very white. And albinism is considered as, like, I don't know, like untouchability or something in our society, which is all not true, but generally they think disability itself is okay, low self-esteem, and people are not able to lead a healthy life, and people can't enjoy, and many myths are there. Same with albinism too. But albinism people, to look, they'll be very pinkish, they'll have very pinkish skin, and their hair may be also very fair. So it is because of the absence or very low content of the pigment called melanin. Melanin gives us all the color we are, but for them there will not be full melanin, there will be absence of it or very low content of it. So let me repeat what all are the eye conditions involved in this, because telling you only once, I don't think you might remember it. Albinism is hereditary condition characterized by variable lack of pigment in the eye, skin or hair. People with albinism may have pale pink skin and blonde to white hair, but there are different types of albinism and the amount of pigment varies. The iris of their eye may be white or pinkish. Iris means it will also be in the front of your eye, and it is also helpful in object recognition. So it also may be pinkish types. So there are different types of albinism, and you can't tell all people are pink. It depends on what type of albinism they have. They are very sensitive to bright light and glare and commonly have other vision problems, while some people with albinism can see well enough to drive. Many have impaired vision or may even be legally blind. Albinism is accompanied by nystagmus or strabismus. People with albinism are sensitive to bright light and glare and may wear tinted eyeglasses. Bifocals, magnifiers and other optical devices can help people with albinism. This is all about albinism. Few may be legally blind, but few can see little as much as to drive. But all these devices can be used for albinism people to see better. Next we are going to see about amblyopia, spelling AMBLYOPIA, amblyopia. It is a condition in which person's vision does not develop properly in early childhood because the eye and the brain are not working correctly together. Amblyopia, which usually affects only one eye, is also called lazy eye. A person with amblyopia experiences blurred vision in eye. However, children often do not complain of blurred vision because this seems normal to them. Early treatment is advisable because if left untreated, this condition may lead to permanent vision problems. Treatment options include vision therapy exercises or prescription of eyeglasses, and people with amblyopia may need to wear eye patch over stronger eye in order to allow this eye to function as it should. That means it mostly happens because the eye is not properly developed in childhood and because of the less coordination between your eye and brain, and it happens mostly in one eye. But however, in other eye, first blurred vision develops, and kids are not able to tell you because they think it's normal. How do kids know? So parents have to see the difference and tell them to the doctor, or else sometimes there will be permanent vision loss if early treatment is not given. And what happens is the eye which has very low vision can easily be corrected, that is, which has blurred vision can easily be corrected, and it can be corrected. If it's not corrected, as I told you, if early treatment is not given, there may be a chance that the kid loses its eyesight completely in that eye, and it will be corrected by using glasses and other stuff. And they can use glasses, and other eye they can use patches to function better, because if one eye functions better, it's okay. Than having to lose both the eyes, one eye at least can function better. So if you want, I can tell you again about amblyopia. It is a condition in which a person's vision does not develop properly in early childhood because of the eye and brain are not working together correctly. Amblyopia, which usually affects only one eye, is also known as lazy eye. A person with amblyopia experiences blurred vision in affected eye. However, Children often do not complain of blurred vision and amblyopic eye because this seems normal to them. Early treatment is advisable because if left untreated, this condition can lead to permanent vision problems. Treatment options include vision therapy exercises or prescription of eyeglasses. People with amblyopia may need to wear eye patch over the stronger eye in order to force the affected eye to function as it should. That means stronger eye means the one that can see fully. They have to use a patch so that they can force it to work as it should, because one already is not working. At least you can get normal vision from the other eye. Welcome to the world of invention, creativity and discovery. Here's an opportunity for all of us to explore the ocean of knowledge. This show is all about emerging trends in science and technology, math, quiz, facts and much more. So friends, get ready to listen Tech Toast with Science Spread with your RJ Vidya only on Radio Udaan every Monday from 7 to 8 pm and rebroadcast every Tuesday from 2 to 3 pm.
प्रतिभा की पहचान,
प्रज्ञा की मुस्कान,
सबलांगों का साथी, ये है रेडियो उड़ान।
रेडियो उड़ान के प्रोग्राम्स की जानकारी के लिए, शोज में पार्टिसिपेट करने के लिए, किसी भी शो को फीडबैक देने के लिए, आर्काइव रिक्वेस्ट करने के लिए, आरजे बनने के लिए और अपने फेवरेट आरजेस की प्रोफाइल्स पढ़ने के लिए लॉग ऑन करें www.radioudan.com, स्काइप आईडी रेडियो उड़ान, ईमेल mail@radioudan.com। रेडियो उड़ान, a flight of life।
ये आवाज है हमारे मेंबर्स के द्वारा भेजे जाने वाले ईमेल कम्युनिकेशन की। ये आवाज है हमारे ग्रुप के द्वारा ऑर्गेनाइज की जाने वाली कन्वेंशन और वर्कशॉप में पार्टिसिपेट करने वाले लोगों की।
और इन सब का नाम है से एवरीथिंग।
Say Everything is a group of integration।
से एवरीथिंग यानी एक आवाज, विचार और अभिव्यक्ति की।
Say Everything means a group of free expression।
Say Everything is an international mailing list to learn and share, where the subscribers can discuss every topic of common interest via email exchange from around the world.
For more information and to subscribe our mailing list, please log on to www.sayeverything.org.
Say Everything, India's #1 international mailing list. Come and join us today.
रेडियो उड़ान सुन रहे सभी मित्रों को मेरा प्यार भरा नमस्कार। मेरा नाम मधु सिंघल है। मैं बेंगलोर में कार्यरत संस्था मित्र ज्योति, जो पिछले 25 वर्षों से दृष्टिहीनों एवं दूसरे विकलांग व्यक्तियों के लिए कार्यरत है, उसकी मैनेजिंग ट्रस्टी हूँ। इस संस्था की गतिविधियाँ इस प्रकार हैं। यहाँ पर दृष्टिहीनों के लिए ऑडियो में पुस्तकें रिकॉर्ड की जाती हैं। इसके साथ साथ ब्रेल में और स्कैन्ड पुस्तकें भी उनको दी जा रही हैं। कंप्यूटर प्रशिक्षण और रोजगार की सुविधाएं भी यहाँ प्रदान की जा रही हैं। दृष्टिहीन महिलाओं के लिए एक विशेष प्रकार का कोर्स चलाया जाता है, जिसमें उन्हें आत्मनिर्भर बनकर जीवन में आगे बढ़ने की क्षमता प्रदान की जा रही है। आप मित्र ज्योति से संपर्क कर सकते हैं। यहाँ का फोन नंबर है 08022587623 और 22587625। ईमेल एड्रेस है admin.office@mitrajyoti.org। वेबसाइट है www.mitrajyoti.org।
रेडियो उड़ान के माध्यम से शुभ समाचार।
अंकित कपूर, संदीप अरोड़ा, विनय खुराना का शानदार
प्रयास दो दिलों को मिलाने का।
तो आइए रजिस्टर कीजिए और पाइए मनचाहा हमसफर। ज्यादा जानकारी के लिए आप रजिस्टर करें
www.disablesari.com पर।
आप कॉल कर सकते हैं
950175100, and you can drop an email to info@disabledmatrimonial.com.
हाय हाय, मैं क्या करूं? मेरी बेटी को देखो, अच्छी खासी एक्सपर्ट है हर काम में, कंप्यूटर में भी अच्छी खासी जॉब भी करती है, लेकिन फिर भी जब भी लड़के वाले देखने आते हैं ना, रिजेक्ट करके चले जाते हैं। पर क्यों? क्योंकि ना उसको खाना नहीं बनाना आता। क्या करूं?
क्या करूं? ट्यून इन करो हर मंगलवार शाम 8 से 9 रेडियो उड़ान पर, जहां मैं आरजे चेतना आपको सिखाऊंगी प्रोग्राम किचन तड़का में जायकेदार डिशेस बनाना।
कहानी वेद पुराणों की, मनोरंजक कहानियाँ, जीवन को राह दिखलाने वाली कहानियाँ, धार्मिक, सांस्कृतिक, सामाजिक और राजनीतिक हर पक्ष को छूती हैं कहानियाँ। अपने संग तो इन्हीं कहानियों को मैं सुनाने आ रही हूँ, यानी आरजे गीता सुमन, शो कथालोक में हर मंगलवार शाम 7 से 8 और हर बुधवार दोपहर 2 से 3। तो सुनना मत भूलिएगा, सिर्फ और सिर्फ रेडियो उड़ान पर।
दो अंधों की कथा सुनो, इस पर इनका ज्ञान सुनो। Hey friends, do you think that life is getting so stressful? Well, if it is so, why not make it quite inspirational, motivational and stress-free? So let us meet in a world of positivity in the show Inspirational Wings Season 2. Every Tuesday 9 to 10 p.m. and repeat every Wednesday 4 to 5 p.m. with RJ Divya Sharma only on Radio Udan, a flight of life. For more information, visit our website www.radioudan.com.
Next we'll see about aniridia, ANIRIDIA, aniridia. These all I guess are new. Still, we might be able to remember at least few of these conditions. So now I have to tell you about aniridia, and before telling about aniridia, I want to tell you what is iris of the eye. Iris of the eye is nothing but it's a flat, colored, ring-shaped membrane behind the cornea of the eye with adjustable circular opening, which is called as pupil in the center. That means it is a ring-shaped membrane behind the cornea of your eye, and a pupil will be there in that ring-shaped hollow space in front of that. And what this does is, have you heard iris of the camera? What this iris of the camera does, it allows the light to come in, right? It controls how much of light it should let in. If it lets in more light, the image will be brighter. If it lets in less light, obviously the image will not be brighter. Now this iris of the eye also does the same function. That's why, because of that, they've named the camera's iris also with the same name. Now what this does is, it is the ring-shaped membrane behind your pupil. Pupil means the eyeball, whatever you see. Behind it there will be a ring-shaped membrane, and this one is called as your iris, and it controls how much of light should come in. And this iris will be completely absent in aniridia, people who have aniridia, or it might be there little bit. So if there is little, obviously it allows less light to come in, and if there is more iris present, it allows more light to come in. It's very obvious, right? Now if we understand aniridia, maybe it will be clear now that you know what is iris. So let's see what is aniridia properly again. Now don't worry about all these, I told you front, back and all that. You won't get it. Maybe once, maybe in one of our shows we'll discuss about structure of the eye. Then I will explain the role of each and every part of the eye, what all it has to do. So aniridia is partial or complete absence of iris of the eye. This rare condition, usually present at birth, results in impaired vision and sensitivity to light. People with aniridia are also at high risk for certain other eye conditions such as glaucoma and nystagmus and cataracts. All these also we'll be talking later. People with aniridia may benefit from wearing tinted contact lenses or sunglasses, using magnifiers and avoiding intense or glaring light. Hope you understood about aniridia now. And this might be there from birth, and what happens is there will be complete absence of your iris, which means there will not be any light passing in, or there may be little iris, that is, it controls how much of light should go in. Then the images might be clear. So there are various treatment options, as I mentioned, like contact lenses, glasses, etc. also can be used. Now let's see one thing called as anophthalmia. Anophthalmia, it's called, its spelling is ANOPHTHALMIA. So its pronunciation anophthalmia. It is a rare condition in which one or both eyes do not form during pregnancy. When both eyes are affected, blindness results. There is no cure for anophthalmia. Prosthetic eyes can promote proper growth of eye sockets and develop facial bones, and also serve cosmetic purposes. So this is so very sad type condition, I think so, because what happens is, when the mother is pregnant, each and every part develops at a certain stage, right? This topic itself is very, what will I tell you, interesting, how the baby is developing, what all parts develop when the fetus is 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, like that. From the first day, how the egg develops into a baby. This topic is really interesting. If I just explain this, I get many excitements to tell you everything in those shows. Actually the entire science itself is very interesting. And what happens, eyes should develop at a particular age. It starts developing early itself. If it doesn't get developed properly, both eye will not be developed properly, then blindness will result. So by birth they are blind, and there is no cure for this. But if one eye gets affected, then there's a chance that other eye will see properly. So let me repeat this stuff for you again. Anophthalmia, it is a rare condition in which one or both eyes do not form during pregnancy. When both eyes are affected, blindness results. There is no cure for anophthalmia. Prosthetic eyes can promote proper growth of the eye sockets and development of facial bones, and also serve cosmetic purposes. Next we'll see something called as aphakia. Aphakia, spelling is APHAKIA. Aphakia. It's called as aphakia. Aphakia basically. So this is also something new for me. I guess you guys have heard, I don't know, but this too is something really new for me. but let's see what is this. It is absence of lens of the eye. It is usually associated with surgical removal of cataract, but may also result from wound or other cause. Without lens, the eye cannot adjust its focus for seeing at different distances. Contact lenses or eyeglasses are used to correct the vision of some who have this disease. In cataract surgery, artificial lens is used to replace the lens that is removed. A person with aphakia will benefit from good but not excessive lighting and high contrast reading materials. So this aphakia is basically all with to do with lenses, when your lenses are not proper. Now what does this lens of your eye have to do? It gives you a focus to read the object. Okay, suppose you are looking at a book. When you are looking at a book, the focus should be entirely on the book, right? If the focus is not clear, how will you be able to make out it's a book, and your each and every letter that you read, the focus should be good. So lens is used for that purpose, to give a clear focus of whatever object you are reading or whatever object you are seeing. Now when there is problem with lens only, this aphakia results. And lens, there are different types of problems. They can be corrected by removing cataract. Cataracts are there. When cataract surgery is done, it can be removed to correct the problems of the lenses, or artificial lens also can be used to correct this disease. Cataracts will be taking a look at it later. Now let me repeat about aphakia. It is absence of the lens of the eye. Complete absence. That means no focus itself will be there. So even though they are able to see, they won't be able to recognize anything, because they are not focusing on the objects, because the lens is absent. So aphakia means absence of the lens of the eye. Aphakia is usually associated with surgical removal of cataract, but may also result from wound or other cause. Without the lens, the eye cannot adjust its focus for seeing at different distances. Contact lenses or eyeglasses are used to correct the vision of someone with aphakia. In cataract surgery, an artificial lens is inserted to replace the lens that is already removed while the cataract surgery is happening, and the person with aphakia will benefit from good but not excessive lighting and high contrast reading material. So complete absence of lens will be there. It might happen due to various problems if there is cataract also. In cataract, what they do, they remove the lenses and put artificial ones so that you can see better. And sometimes you may fall and something will happen to the lens of the eye. Then too you won't be, then because there will be some wound in your eye, even that can be corrected. This mostly can be corrected because lens can easily be fixed. Either artificial lens or contact lenses or anything can be fixed for you to be able to focus on the objects, and you will be able to see better. So if you have this disease, mostly it won't lead to complete blindness, because it's just the problem of the lens and it can be easily corrected. If you have cataracts, it can be corrected. If you have a wound, still artificial lenses can be used, specs can be given. But only thing is, your reading material and all that shouldn't be of high contrast light. That means it shouldn't be extra bright, because it might affect your lenses even after you get the surgery done. But it's not at all a major problem, because many kids these days will wear specs and all that. It's just a small condition, so nothing to worry. Next we'll be taking a look at astigmatism. So spelling ASTIGMATISM. So astigmatism, have you heard of this? Let's see what is astigmatism. It is common vision condition usually present from birth, caused by irregularly curved cornea or lens. People with astigmatism may experience blurred vision, eye strain or headaches. 2/3 of Americans who have myopia, will be taking a look at this later, who have myopia also have astigmatism. Astigmatism can be corrected with eyeglasses or contact lenses. Corrective surgery is another option. So this is because of the problem of lenses or corneas. This will happen by birth. Nothing to worry. Again, it's just blurred vision. You won't be able to see properly. Cornea helps you recognize objects properly, and your lenses, as I told you, what it does is it allows you to focus on a particular object properly. So cornea and lenses do these things. If there is a problem in both these, you will have astigmatism, and it will happen since birth, and this is not a major eye condition at all. It can be corrected, only that you won't be able to see objects properly. These days many people have this. It will be corrected anyways. So let me repeat this for you. Astigmatism, it is a common vision condition. It's very common. Then imagine it. It will happen to all kids. Many kids will have it because you see many of them wearing specs just to correct this. So it is a common vision condition usually present from birth, caused by irregularly curved cornea or lens. People with astigmatism may experience blurred vision, eye strain or headaches. These are the symptoms. 2/3 of Americans, or any of them, basically any part of the world who have this, may also have, 2/3 of the people may also have myopia. We'll be talking about it later. And also they'll have astigmatism. Astigmatism can be corrected with eyeglasses or contact lenses. Corrective surgery is another option. So this is a very common eye condition because of the problem in your cornea or lens, and there'll be eye strains and blurred vision and headaches. All these are the symptoms. Then you will get that you have this problem. It can easily be corrected by small eye surgery, or you can even wear glasses to correct it properly. Either it may be the problem of your cornea or the problem of your lens, and both will be in slight curved shape because of, again, little irregularity in development of your eye while your mother is pregnant. Next, we'll be taking a look at something called as Best's disease. BEST' disease. So what is this Best's disease? Let me tell you. This will happen when the center part of your retina is damaged. And why is the retina used? Retina is used basically to focus on, to see the objects clearly. So retina basically sees the object. If you keep a book, how does it know it's a book? Because of your retina. Retina recognizes the object which is in front of you, or if you're able to see a person, you'll be able to recognize that it's a person and exactly the face because of retina itself. It is used for recognizing the objects. And in case the center part of your retina is damaged, this Best's disease is caused. That means your central vision is lost. That's the point of this disease. So let me tell you what is it. It is a rare inherited condition which affects macula. Macula is the area in the middle of the retina and can cause blurred or distorted vision or loss of central vision. Best's disease, also known as vitelliform macular dystrophy, may affect both eyes. The disease effect on sight vary and may not become severe for many years, if ever. Most people are not significantly affected until after age 40. There is no treatment for Best's disease, but a person whose vision is impaired by this disease may benefit from devices for low vision. So Best's disease basically affects the center part of your retina. That means you won't be able to see the objects clearly, and it is inherited disease. If any of your family members will have it, or your grandparents or your great grandparents, any of your ancestors will have it, there's a chance that you inherit, and it's a very rare condition. So it's not at all common, but there's no treatment for this disease, and there can be low vision devices helpful for this because it's kind of low vision, right? Your entire retina is not damaged. That means you won't completely not be able to see the object. Only wherever the retina is damaged, basically center part it damages, only the object completely won't be recognized properly, but half or 3/4 of the object will be recognized so that you can make out what is it, but completely it won't be seen. And it is like low vision itself. From very near you can recognize the object much more clearly. So if you use devices for low vision, you can benefit from it. However, there's no treatment, and most of the people who are affected by this disease will not come to know till you're 40 years or so, because the effects are not shown very fast. That means for 40 years at least you can enjoy your normal eyesight, and only after the age of 40 there's a chance that you might know. So let me repeat this thing again for you. Best disease is a rare and inherited condition that affects the macula, which is the area in the middle of the retina, and can cause blurred or distorted vision or the loss of central vision. And Best's disease, also called as vitelliform macular dystrophy, may affect both eyes. The disease effect on sight vary and may not become severe for many years, if ever. Most people are not significantly affected until after age 40. There is no treatment for Best's disease, but a person whose vision is impaired by Best's disease may benefit from devices for low vision. So this was all about Best's disease, and there's nothing complicated in this. I hope you understood this. There are many more diseases that we'll have to cover. So today we have covered 9 diseases, 9 eye conditions, and it's not possible to cover even more because everything at once is not good. So we'll do the rest next time. I don't think even next time we can finish. There are many more conditions left. So we'll see. I think this this segment might continue for many more episodes, 3 or 4 episodes. I'm not sure, so I can't guarantee on that. However, you can give your feedback if you feel this topic is boring or whatever. I don't think it's boring because it wasn't so, I guess. So in case you want me to make any changes or change the topic or anything else, you can always give me your feedback. Please send a mail to vidya.y93@radioudan.com. That is vidya.y93@gmail.com. Or you can also visit www.radioudan.com. In case you're not able to remember all the eye conditions and you need to recap it again or something else, please request an archive either by visiting the website or sending a mail to vidya.y93@gmail.com. Hope you enjoyed today's show as well. We have covered 9 eye conditions for today. All these are new ones and you can't rush through it, so I couldn't cover many more. So we'll continue the rest next time. I think now it's already time up, and I can't continue it without playing promos and all that, because again you need some time to process information, right? So it's not possible to rush up. So kindly bear with me, and thanks for listening to today's segment as well. And for further shows, again you have to tune in next Monday at the same time for next episodes of the same show. Till then, listen all the shows, take care of yourself, enjoy yourself to the fullest, be productive. And this was your show Tech Toast with Science Spread, and I was your RJ Vidya. So we'll meet next week at the same time. Till then, have a wonderful week. Take care and goodbye. जो
जो शहीद हुए हैं उनकी जरा याद करो कुर्बानी। है मेरे वतन के लोगों जरा आँख में भर लो पानी। जो शहीद हुए हैं उनकी जरा याद करो कुर्बानी। जब घायल हुआ हिमालय खतरे में पड़ी आजादी, जब तक थी सांस लड़े वो, जब तक थी सांस लड़े वो, फिर अपनी लाश बिछा दी, संगीन पे धर कर माथा, सो गए अमर बलिदान। जो शहीद हुए हैं उनकी जरा याद करो कुर्बानी। जब देश में थी दीवानी वो खेल रहे थे होली, जब हम बैठे थे घरों में, जब हम बैठे थे घरों में, वो झेल रहे थे गोली। थे धन्य जवान वो अपने, थी धन्य वो उनकी जवानी। जो शहीद हुए हैं उनकी जरा याद करो कुर्बानी। कोई सिख कोई जाट मराठा, कोई सिख कोई जाट मराठा, कोई गुरखा कोई मदरासी, कोई गुरखा कोई मदरासी, सरहद पर मरने वाला, सरहद पर मरने वाला, हर वीर था भारतवासी। जो खून गिरा पर्वत पर वो खून था हिंदुस्तानी। जो शहीद हुए हैं उनकी जरा याद करो कुर्बानी। थी खून से लथपथ काया, फिर भी बंदूक उठा के 10-10 को एक ने मारा, फिर गिर गए होश गवा के। जब अंत समय आया तो जब अंत समय आया तो कह गए कि अब मरते हैं। जब अंत समय आया तो कह गए कि अब मरते हैं। खुश रहना देश के प्यारों, खुश रहना देश के प्यारों, अब हम तो सफर करते हैं, अब हम तो सफर करते हैं। क्या लोग थे वो दीवाने, क्या लोग थे वो अभिमानी। जो शहीद हुए हैं उनकी जरा याद करो कुर्बानी। तुम भूल न जाओ उनको, इसलिए कही ये कहानी। जो शहीद हुए हैं उनकी जरा याद करो कुर्बानी। जय हिंद जय हिंद।